Hey guys, it's Ken Perry with the Knowledge Coop. I told you I would bring you updates from the NMLS User Conference, and here I am in Miami at the NMLS User Conference. It is finally finished up. We're just about to head out to go jump on a plane, but I had to give you the updates that I promised. So not an amazing conference as far as detail goes. There was some good details, but a lot of it, you've got regulators speaking, so it ends up being a little bit dry. So let me break it down for you. First off, the CFPB talked, and they were big on examinations. They talked about all the exams they're doing, what they're finding, how many more exams they're doing. Massive problems with compliance management systems, as we've talked about before. They want to see policy, procedure, training, auditing, independent monitoring, all that stuff, and then retraining. One part of that is as you probably know, in January of 2014, banks were actually required to do a lot of the same things state licensed mortgage originators do, such as background checks, credit checks, and yes, education. And so I sat with a bank registration or a registered MLO session where the CFPB was talking about the requirement for banks to get education. I made it really easy in the seminar. I asked, if everybody just does what the examination manual says, are we good? And he said, absolutely. That's what they're looking for, is the ongoing education. They're not big fans of the 2-hour module education. They like the ongoing stuff. So again, it's policy, procedure, training, testing, retraining. They did talk about LO Comp. Dan, one of my favorite folks over at the CFPB, was here talking about LO Comp. And one of the biggest things that I keep talking about is, he mentioned again, you can now pay originator can receive borrower paid compensation. So on wholesale transactions, you can either go lender or borrower, and if you go borrower, you can get a commission split on that income that came in through origination fees, as long as you do it right. So if you're thinking about doing that, let us know. We'll have conversations in the coop about that to find out how it's going to happen and whether or not wholesale lenders are going for it. So that was there. FHA did an update. We expected some QM stuff. They didn't talk about it one bit. They did talk about e-signatures being okay. VA was talking. They also talked about e-signatures being okay. So that was, kind of an update from them of what they're doing, but really not much more than that. VA did mention that they are working on QM guidelines, but not to expect them anytime soon. So FHA, as you know, rolled theirs out. And then, hey, look at that one. That one's gorgeous. And then VA is going to roll theirs out as well. Beyond that, there was a lot of NMLS information here, education-wise. One big thing, and I'll probably do a separate video just on this, is the UST, the Uniform State Test. We encourage everybody to take that standalone Uniform State Test. I asked in a session today, what's the passing rate on the UST, that 25-question test? And he just looked at me and looked at the crowd and said, it's really high. I don't think anybody's failing the UST. So if I was a loan officer right now, I would go take the UST as quickly as possible, because the time is running out for you to be able to get that. Once the time runs out on the UST, you'll actually only be able to take it as a full federal law and UST package. And then that test becomes tougher, because now they're talking about, if you don't pass that one, now you haven't passed the federal test, and that becomes a much bigger issue. So we encourage everybody to go out and take the UST and get that done as fast as you can. Other than that, all your regulators were here. All the state regulators showed up. They're all saying the same thing. They're changing their examinations. They're getting a little more intense with those. So we're hearing that a lot, and we're hearing a lot of combination of CFPB and MMC exams. That's the Multi-State Mortgage Committee, which examines anybody licensed in more than one state. So it's, wow, there's another one. Look at this. So I think Crockett and Tubbs are actually on that boat right now. We'll see. So that's my story, you guys. Hopefully that helps a little bit. If you guys need any additional videos or any additional support, let me know. But really, you didn't miss a whole lot of stuff. There wasn't a whole lot of new content. I just gave you pretty much what we pulled out of it. We'll see you guys later, and we'll see you in the coop.